Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Whoa, I need a refill now in the afternoon. And so we've done a couple other segments this morning, some art journal flips and some color book pages. And now real quick, well, real quick, and then another, hour or so, I want to do something in our day book faux ledger that my sister gave me in 2009 that I never used, but now it is a napkin journal. And I do need to go over there. I probably won't do any napkin gluing today because I have a bunch of pages already has napkins glued in it. And so I won't go through that process. But if you want to look in my playlist on the YouTube recordings, there you'll see lots of napkin journal in the mixed media category. And so we'll just kind of do a flip through so far what I've got done in here. And so you can see where we've got napkins glued down. And then here's one of the pages where we have used the Big Monster Girls from Juliet Crane. And I love this book for the cutting out purposes. They just work well in an art journal, or in this case, the napkin journal. So I've been cutting these girls out. I've kind of done quick color based on wherever I picked to put them. Like she's purple, we did, whatever I kind of coordinate with the napkins. Same thing for the bird. We did kind of their clothing is kind of the same. And he's out of the nature journal, I think it was, or nature color book rather. So I'll use different things out of different color books to put in the napkin journal, but the basis of all these pages is a napkin. I was talking about Pixie and its figure for people. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you just put in, somebody's asking in chat before I hit record, we're talking about drawing people references where you can get them online. You can just, all you have to do is put in art poses to draw and like that. And now be prepared. You'll probably get some naked people. If you don't want to draw naked people, put in there, I don't want to draw naked people or something like that. Anyway, we're talking about drawing and drawing sketches and portraits before I hit record. Okay, so every page in here, though, I want to have a napkin as a background. So, like this has got a bunch of fish, probably put a mermaid on. I've been using different books like um, Fantasy Fairies and different color books, and I'm kind of trying to keep this a fairy, fantasy fairy, mermaid, these kind of, just kind of that kind of girls in this book with a napkin background theme. All right, so you can see they've all got napkins in some form or another on all the pages. I'm just going to do a quick flip, and then this even came with a bookmark in it. And so yeah, not every page. I've pretty much gone. There's a few pages left that have no napkin on them, but pretty much all but a few pages have a napkin glued on them in some form. So we put some color book pages on them, and then we paint in a scenery. Here's a couple pages here in the middle that don't have anything. Bye, Bonnie. You're welcome. Love you. So you can see we have different napkins, florals, fauna, birds, on all the different. There's a couple here with nothing on them. And then we did this one maybe 2 weeks ago. The little elf. We colored the little elf. This is a napkin here. The sunflowers are a napkin, and then we colored in, glued them in, and then painted. All this is painted in. So that's all painted in. Then we put stickles, glitter on the sunflowers, and around his little flower, it's like a little lantern. What do I have on July? Oh, as far as the dates in this, I cover up the dates. This is not a date book. That's why I never used it. My sister gave it to me in 2009. I never used it because it's got dates. So the dates all get covered up. I'm not even doing anything with the dates. It's like a weekly. It's like a weekly thing. You know, they got a week on a page. And then we did this page, which has a like a fairy and a bird. And so we colored the bird, and this one has stickles on it too, as does she. And then this was a color book page that we just did a wash on. Okay, and the rest here is napkin, and then that's out of the color book. So the flowers are out of one color book, they're out of another color book, and then the background is napkins and paint. And I think that's all we have done in here. So yeah. So what I want to do, and I don't know what page it'll be yet or what girl, but I'm going to pick a girl, and then I'll color coordinate her. I'll color coordinate her with a page in here. And maybe, let's get the nature book. It's maybe a bird or something. I don't know what else to put on it yet. I haven't, this is not planned, guys. This is not planned. Let's see. Let me find that nature book. Yeah, this is one of the ones that I cut out of Glorious Gardens, and there's another one, birds. This one's got more, you know, I don't really want flowers because I've got enough flowers with the napkins. Hang on. Let me look, guys. See if I can find the bird one, or I'm trying to find where I put it. I thought it was off the shelf, but it may be on the shelf. Hang on, let me dig a minute. Oh. It's a certain the nature book. We're always cutting it up. Now I can't find it. Come on. It has good birds in it. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe it is over here in the stack where I'm using the fairies. Let me look. No, I don't know what I did with it. Well, I wanted to put a bird on it. Might just have to find a bird. Although I'm trying to use just color book pages. Where did I put the bird book? Let me look again. Hang on, guys. There's some animals. Let's see. All right, just a minute. We'll find something. We'll find something. One moment. Fanciful animals. It's not it. I'm still here. I'm digging. Wow, I can't find the two books I'm looking for. Well, we may not put an animal on it. So I can't find my two animal books. There's a steampunk. There's a kimono. All right, here, we'll go with this one. Some butterflies. Yowza, I can't find the bird book or the nature book. Okay, we'll go with this one. We did some other things with this one where I told you the reason I bought this book was for the illustrations that were already colored. But I'm going to pick out a couple butterflies or moths, and we will incorporate those in our page. So let's see, maybe a big one here. This one. Now, when this is not a double-sided book, so when I cut this out, it does tear this out. But I bought this to tear up and use, so we'll go with these two. I don't know what kind of moths they are. I'll color them whatever color they match. Okay, so we're going to go with this. And we're going to go with, I'm just going to pick a girl out of here that I want to go with the butterflies. Maybe we'll use the wings on one of the girls and then a butterfly on the opposite page. So I don't know yet. We'll see. I like her. I like her. I like all of them. I love this. It's Juliet Crane Big Monster. I love using these and cutting them up and coloring them. And they all have tree branches in their heads. She looks kind of sad, this one. Do we need to cheer her up with some wings? Just flipping. One of them will speak to me. She's cute too. I love them all. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. It's got a little house. Y'all still with me? That one would work well with wings. Okay, I'm going with this one so far. Oh, and I like her too. We're going with her. All right. So again, you want to color them before you put them in a book because, especially a napkin journal, they're rough. If you try to glue her in first, cut her out and glue her in, it's rough, right? You'll be picking up texture. So it's best to color before you glue them in. Now I got to find my page I want to use. This one's got butterflies flying all around. Maybe that will work. I got to kind of consider where it's going to go. That might be pretty. That might work. Okay, we're going to go with this. We'll just roll with this one with the hydrangeas because the butterflies are, you know, already the theme for us. We already got a theme going on. Terry and you have the same birthdays. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so my hand, I think I need to brighten it up just a little. I know to get the colors right, I have to make my skin look darker because that's the true color except for my hands. And it's just the way it is with the lighting, guys. So we're going to just kind of move this right over here. These are going to be the colors we're going to go with. Let's start with the girl. And again, my table's crunchy, so I want to work on top of something because I want her to be smooth. And I got the butterflies here. We're going to coordinate. I think I'm going to do her in the purples, and I'll do the butterflies in the yellows and the ochres. Okay? And then she's going to have wings. So 2 of these butterflies, I'm going to have to decide. Let me cut it in half real quick. 2 of these wings are going to be for her. And then 2, and then one butterfly will just be flying. So let's see which wings do I want. I think I want the larger wings on her. Now I am working on a narrow page, so if I put her like right here, it is going to have to go over the page. I don't really like to have things in the crevice of a book because it just doesn't last, okay? So sometimes, you know, you got to work with that. If you put her on, like I'd at least like not have her face in the crevice. The rest of it's okay. But if you put something in the crevice, it will, you know, it can start to wear. It'll start to wear. Okay, Pam, thank you for being here all this time. Wow. Thank you for being here all this time. All right, so she's going to be colored in the purples, like the flowers. And then these wings will be hers. Where's my... So I'm not even going to worry about coloring the middle of the bug or, you know, the butterfly. But I'm going to cut her, you know, some of these wings. I don't know if I'll use all of it, but I'm going to end up cutting it in half and putting this on this half and that on the other half, right? But I'm going to color them first before I do any more cutting. Okay, and then this one will color in the yellow ochre. So what we're going to do is we're going to use just acrylic paint. Just going to use acrylic paint washes. Let me move the glue. Let me move my iPad so we're not splashing paint on it. And now, oh, and by the way, I did buy some more. Not that I really needed it yet, but the paint was on sale at Hobby Lobby. It was 30% off, so I bought like 10 more jars. I bought 10 more jars that were on sale. I mean, they're only like $1.29, $39 as it is. So I think I got them for like 99 cents. Okay, so I'm not probably going to do anything green right now. I'm just going to go with the yellow ochre. So let's start with like a couple of shades of, I'm going to just go with antique. It's called antique gold, but it's like a yellow ochre. I'm just kind of picking with whatever looks like it might go. So I'm going to put some of that, and then I want a little bit of more of a brighter. You know what, I'll just add a little bit of white. Where's my white? Because it's just going to be one little butterfly. Then we'll use some colored pencil to shade. So hang in there with me, guys. We'll get her done. We'll get her done. Okay, and then she is going to be in these purpley, bluey purple. I'm not sure if I want Prussian blue and purple. Let's see. It's kind of a bluey purple. So I might go with Prussian blue and dioxazine. No, it's too purple. Let's just test this out. I'm thinking that the Prussian blue will be purpley enough. We'll try it anyway. I gotta get a baby wipe here. Keep my hands semi-clean. So yeah, get some ideas, guys. All right, so now let me get a couple of paint brushes here. I'm just gonna do some washes. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here with the yellowy one. And I'm just gonna do a wash of, just gonna do a wash of the yellow ochre. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. And all this leftover paint is why you need a desk journal. So you know I started a new desk journal that Kelly sent me. I didn't do a flip of the desk journals. I'll have to do a separate one on that sometime. Although most of y'all here have seen my desk journals. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do right there for now. Just that, okay? I'll add brown and color pencil and other things after. But always make sure that it's dry before you start adding color pencil, okay? But I'm just going to set it aside for a minute. All right, now I'm going to come over here to her. Let's do her first. So I'm just going to do a little bit of Prussian blue. Little. Let's just do a test. Yeah, that's going to work out good. Okay, so I'm just going to do a wash. And again, it's kind of a gray scale already, right? Because it's got a gray, shadows in it. Okay. And then I think I'll go ahead and do her with yellow ochre hair. And just a wash. This is a very quick, this is not a lot of work here. I think I'll put a little glow around her like that. Because I'm going to keep those branches. I might even keep her house here. Let's just go ahead and just put a yellow ochre over the house in case. And maybe we might want to keep let's go ahead and, we might or might not want to use that moon. We'll see. I'm just going to color it in case. All right, and notice I'm not worried about going out of lines because I'm cutting them out. Right, I'm cutting these out, so it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter, okay? There we go. That's all I'm going to color on her. Now let's go to the wings. Okay, and I'm going to get a nice watered down blue, coloring the whole thing. This is the underpainting, if you will. Okay, that's it. Okay. Now this is where the paint that if we don't use it on here needs to go. Although it dries up pretty quick here because under all the lights I'm using, so there probably will be dried out by the time I'm done. But if you're at home and you have all this extra paint, scrape it off or pick it up with a brush or even your finger and put it in your desk journal. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to get the heat gun and dry all these elements real quick. Welcome back, Patty. And, you know, drying the back too helps it to dry quicker. If it feels cold to the touch, after you're done and it's set aside, it still feels cold, it's probably not dry. Okay, I also need just a little bit of, let's do a little bit of what color. Do I want her to be peach? Do I want her to have a kind of a darker color skin? I like all different colors of skin. It just makes it more interesting when you don't just do your color of person. You know what I mean, Vern? Let's get a burn umber. No matter what color you are. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of burnt umber, just a tiniest bit of wash. Okay, and we're going to do all right, let me dry that. All right, so now before I cut them out and glue them, I'm going to do some shading with color pencil, right? All right, let me move this over here. Let me move this off of here. Move the iPad to the left, color book to the right. All right, so let's get some color pencils. All righty. Bye, Carol. Thanks everybody that pops in and out. We all do it. All right, so now I will get a couple shades of skin, get a peach. I'm not going to do like a whole lot of work on these. You can spend as much time as you want coloring them and all, but I'm kind of hurrying a little bit so I can get this segment done. So we have a little bit of a project we've done today. I want black cherry, I want a terracotta and an umber. Okay, that'll work. All right, so, and a white. We got a little bit of highlight. All right, so where's my pencil sharpeners? Any questions? Yes, those are hair in her branches in her hair. We're going to incorporate those into the piece. Yes, yes, we are. Just quickly sharpening up a couple pencils here, and we're going to add a little bit of color to her. Not going to take too long, guys. I'm just going to add a little bit of just a little bit, just so you can, you know, see the idea of the project, right? You can take as much time as you want to color and blend and shade and whatever. Just kind of going to do a little bit of skin. Blending it out. And the paper in this color book is a little different. It's a little I don't want to say waxy, but it has a little bit different feel to it. If any of y'all have this book, it feels a little different than plain paper. But I love the girls in this book, so I use it, you know, a lot in our napkin journal. Just kind of blend her in a little bit. Keep her kind of stylized. All right, that's going to be good enough. I'm just going to go with that. What's your favorite sharpener? Well, right now I have three. I have three favorite sharpeners. I like your standard metal silver metal one. I forget who makes it. It's everywhere. I like the bullet one, and I like the wood cutter. I think it's by Coom. The wood cutter by Coom, because it has two sizes. Those three. But trust me, I've got them all. Okay, I want just a little bit more blending on here. I think I'll put just a little pink in her cheek. She looks a little pale. Let's just put a little color. And a little more blend. Now, I'm kind of hurrying, but I want to get her done. I want to get this page done, you know, within an hour. So. Okay. Yeah, just want a little bit of, you know, and her girls are very stylized. I want to, you know, I don't want to lose that whimsy of her girls. So I'm trying to kind of keep it very kind of simple. All right, so now let's go on to her dress. Let me get a couple shades of blue here. Let's see, let's go with the slate blue and a ultramarine. I don't know if I have an ultramarine in here, so I never really use dark blue very often. Yes, let me get another. Oh, well, let's just go with gray. Okay, I'm going to go with the cool gray and slate blue. We'll go with these two colors. So I just want a little bit of shadow. A little bit of the slate blue. Oh, I gotta turn hang on, my fan is not blowing on me. It's hot. So I'm gonna tilt my chair so the fan's at least blowing on my back. There we go. So any questions? I'm sure I've missed some, guys, while I'm kind of trying to hurry through this. Do not hurry through this, guys, when you're doing a process like this or a project, because you don't need to stress. You don't need to stress when you're doing it. I go a little fast because I'm trying to get it all on a stream, you know, but y'all take your time and enjoy the process, right? Enjoy. That's all I'm going to do on her. Where's my butterfly? Do the same thing. I'm going to cut the wings off, so. All right, so let's just go ahead and do a little bit of shading on the butterfly here. I'm going to keep it very whimsy-like. There's a little bit of shadow in the wing there, a little bit here, maybe a little bit under there. Again, take your time as much as you want. So I'm just using that kind of as a shadow, the gray. Let's put a little bit of no questions? We're good? I'm trying to keep it kind of loose and kind of that, watercolory kind of look to it. But you can take as much time as you want. Maybe we'll add a little white. Lighten it up just a little. Since you've been saying enjoy the process, not just the ending, it's really helped me. Good, Vicki. Yeah. And again, guys, I know some things we take our time and do multiple parts, like we're doing the Bennett Klein Dear Girl. But it takes multiple parts to do that, and I just don't speed up anything because I want you to be able to see how long it actually takes to do this stuff, right? But just because I'm going fast doesn't mean you have to. You don't have to hurry. All right. And we might add a little touch of something, but you want to try to get as much coloring as you've done as you can before you cut it out and glue it on a napkin journal. Again, it's because a napkin journal or any kind of mixed media is bumpy. You don't want to try to color on that, because let me show you. Let me do if I was trying to color on this, watch. I don't know if you can see. Look, see how that does? See the lines coming through? See all that crunchy stuff coming through? I need a little tiny bit more of real blue in there. Just a touch. That's too turquoisey. Oh, here we go. True blue like. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I just want a little touch. Not even is too blue. I'm going to remove my ultramarine. Where is that baby? Don't know where I did with it. All right, we won't go with that then, because I can't find it. All right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to paint a little bit more. I'm going to pick up just a little bit more paint, because I want a little bit more blue on here, but I can't find my ultramarine blue pencil. So I'm just going to go in here with a little bit more paint, because I want a little bit more shadow under here. Just kind of water it out a little. There we go. So I'm getting ready to cut these out, right? All right, that's good. We'll see what happens. Let me dry it. Okay, so let's do this one real quick now. I just want a little bit of sienna. Okay, so I want a little bit of sienna on the wings here. And again, this is one of those things, you take your time. A little sienna and a little brown. No questions? Okay. I guess there's not really anything to comment on here. Okay, now let's make dark brown. Oh, I need dark brown. Okay. Just kind of going over the black lines of the color book, just to kind of get that dark brown. Again, it doesn't matter if you go out of lines because you're cutting it out. Okay, so let's just go around the whole thing here, over all the lines. And the antennas, I never worry about cutting out the antennas. I just paint those in. Okay, now a little bit of yellow ochre. Keeping it very kind of loose. All right, that's enough. Okay, let's go ahead and find the scissors. Graphics Fairy put out a nice butterfly pack last week. Oh yeah, Graphics Fairy does a lot of free things too. I used to. I don't know. I haven't kept up with them. But links are open. Feel free. And again, I'm not going to worry about cutting out the antenna because I'll just paint that in. I can add more color, but you know, it is hard to color once you've glued it on a napkin journal, just saying. But I'm also rushing, so we'll see. I might paint some on it. We'll see how it looks when we get done. Because I want to get this project done for you guys, even though you don't have to hurry. All right. Okay, now I'm going to cut this butterfly in half because this is going to be her wings. her. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this glow around her. Okay. We'll see how much, I'm not sure how much of this will cut off or paint out. Okay, there went the mail again, guys. Hang on, I'm still cutting while the mail is coming in and freezing us for a minute. There's a little sun. I'm going to cut out the little house. I know I'm frozen, guys. Just give it a second. Come on, unfreeze. Come on. I'm waiting, guys. It's still hung up. I don't know why. It usually doesn't take 15 seconds to unstick, but it is this time. There it goes. Alrighty. So I cut out the little moon or the sun, the little house, wings, and we're working on cutting out her. I'll leave a couple of those little fringe things hanging there. Of course, you could always just draw those in too. I might draw more fringe. All right, so there we go. And a little bit closer to her neck there. Grab it. Let me grab it from the back. There you go. All right, now let's audition it, shall we? Let's see how we want it to look. Okay, I know that I don't want that butterfly covered up, so she's going to be right in here. We're going to have to trim down her branches. I don't want to cover up. We'll paint this out, but I don't want to cover up that butterfly. So we're going to go with this. We're covering up a butterfly here. All right, let's see how we want. This one could probably fly in here somehow. I'm going to darken that up with probably some paint. Let's see. Do I want the little house? Not sure. Not loving the house. Let's do our wings. This butterfly may be too much. And I don't know if I want that flower covered up either. Let's see. If I put it there, I'm going to have to go over that little glow there so it'll look right. Something like that. She's kind of camouflaged in there. Let's go over that little glow. Something like that, maybe? This needs more brown in it if I do use it. I'm just trying to decide which way he would go, because I don't want to lose all these flowers, but I'm thinking maybe about right there. It could even go off the page if I wanted to. Something like that. What do you think, guys? Does that look good? And then we're going to paint. Then we're going to add paint. We're going to paint the branches and do other things. I'm not loving the house, though. The house is just not, I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to put the house in. Do I like again, this is kind of, I could paint that in, so we'll just not go with that. All right, so let's go ahead and start. And again, I just used the Eileen's Tacky. Well, I'm not going to trim her hair. I'm going to paint it out. I'm going to paint the branches out. Yeah, Terry. We're going to make it bigger. All right, so let's go ahead and go with gluing. Then I put quite a bit of glue, and then especially on top of the napkin, you sometimes even the edges don't get glued down well. You might have to go back with the edges, but I smear the glue out because you don't want lumpy, bumpy glue. You want to smear it all out. But, you know, the napkins, because they're so textury, sometimes you do have to go back in there. Sometimes you have to go back in there and glue some edges sometimes. But we're going to start. Okay, so now I know that her wings are coming up over that little circle I cut out. So just so I know exactly where I want her wings to go, I'm just going to tack them there for just a second. I'm going to tack, they're actually getting glued to this page just to hold them in place so I know exactly where I want them. This glue's almost out. Oh, I have to open a new one. Okay, so I'm just going to tack that down just so I know where I want the wings. All right, now I'm going to come over here, turn her over, and get lots of glue. Yeah, this one's almost empty. Might as well just go ahead and open another one. I'm trying to use it up. And if you when you use a new one of these, keep these caps, because if you lose a cap, you can't stand it up on end. So you want to keep those caps. All right, let me open another one. I think I've already opened this one. Okay. Did I open it? Maybe. Maybe not. All right, come on out. What's wrong with this one? Has it got a seal on it or something? Oh, it's got a seal on it. Good grief. And it's got 2 seals on it. Oh my gosh. It's got 3 seals on it. Oh my gosh, finally! It had 3 seals on it. Oh gee, okay. All right, so now, they didn't want me into that one, did they? All right, let's smear out this glue here. And then we're going to paint her in, add some paint, and we'll be done. Hopefully within an hour, about 10, 15 more minutes, we should have it done. Maybe, hopefully. All right. So now let's bring her back over here. And again, I usually don't like going over the crease, but we're going for it today. Okay, let's move her over just a tad. Okay, just her little tip of her wing needs to be trimmed. Okay, a little bit of the little antler there will have to be trimmed. But we're going to go right into the crevice there, which I don't like to do. Okay, let's add where we didn't get her there. Might need a little bit more glue on the wing, a little bit more on the antler. We're getting there. We're getting there. A little bit on our fringe. Okay. Okay. Just kind of making sure she's glued down that wing right there, right in the crevice, like I'd hate. But in the spine, you know, I don't like putting things in the spine because it's going to wear out eventually. Opening and closing the book, that will wear right there. I don't actually like this bit of butterfly wing going over that one, so we're going to cut that down. There we go. You still with me, guys? I'm hurrying. Can you tell I'm hurrying? Alrighty then. Oh, another little spot right there. Okay. Alrighty. Another little, I just did not take my time getting that glue on her. Of course, like I said, sometimes a napkin makes it rougher to glue things too. Alrighty. Alright, let me roll the glue off my fingers, because that's one nice thing about Eileen's tacky. It will roll off your fingers, and then I gotta... Okay, I think we're good to start painting now. Okay, so first I think I want a nice kind of minty green kind of in the background, and then to wash over this too to start. And maybe a few more leaves. I don't know. This is all, it's like, you know, this is impromptu. We fly with it. But I think I want some more green. I think I'll go with, I'm going to water down. This is some Hauser green medium. It's kind of like an olivey green. I use a lot of the same colors. God, I can't help it. I love the same colors. All right. So first, I think, let me get a bigger brush. We will water the paint down here. And let's just get a wash over her. We're going to wash over her the white, right? The white part of the color book page. See, this is where we are blending the colors in. The colors of the background and the napkin. But then I don't want that butterfly wing to show either, so we're going to cover some of it up. But we're going to also paint over. We're going to paint these branches out. Oh, out. So I'm just going to keep painting until I make a little, I'm going to make a scene. And you could use, I like to use my finger sometimes, just to kind of like get in here and blend with my finger. So whatever you like to do, you know, blend some, use some paintbrush, use your baby wipe. Okay, but I want to just kind of make a little foresty world here for her. And just kind of water down some of the white and make her look like she's set in the forest. Okay, maybe a little bit more green there. Okay, just keep watering it down so it's a wash. If I want it thicker, I'm just picking it up with my finger. Go off the edge there. See right here where the napkin ended? I want to make sure that that's blended in off the edge. See? Can y'all see the world that we're creating? So I'm just going back and forth between a light green wash and picking up, you know, more dark green paint. But I'm leaving some light areas too. It's just a light wash in there. But I want to get all the way off the edges. So I'm just going to keep blending. Remember, we're going over a napkin. Covering up any words or areas that you want to blend out. Maybe set her down just a little so she doesn't look like she's sitting on top of those flowers. She's kind of like in the garden, like that. And now I'm just going to water down a little bit and just kind of go here and there. Hope y'all can see some of the changes going on. Yeah, I'm making a scene. She's making a scene. I'm not making a scene. She's making a scene. Maybe just a little bit more depth right in there. And keeping some light areas. Maybe we can even put a little bit of a yellow glow in there. Let's see. Let's go with a little bit of Just a little bit of lemon yellow, maybe. Just a touch of lemon yellow. Water it down. Got a little too much green in there. I'm going to make it a glow. Just so there's a little bit of a glow in there. Can y'all see the glow? Okay. All right, let's start with that. I want a little bit more, a little bit of a yellow ochre wash over, kind of blend out the butterfly so he's not so stark. I'm just going to kind of wash it out just a little bit. So it kind of fades back into the distance, and then I might add a little bit more shadow or something. Just a little bit on there. All right, let me go and dry this. Let's dry it. It takes a little longer to dry the napkin than it does just the paper. But I do need a little bit more of the green on the edge here. See where the napkin is? See? You can see right there where the napkin was. I want to make sure I don't see that. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit with my finger, and I'm just going to blend out the edge. Add just a little bit more paint along the edge there so you don't see where the napkin ends. Okay, and you can feather it in, wash it, do a little bit of baby wipe or whatever, just to get rid of the edge, the napkin edge, like that. Maybe a little bit more shadow along the bottom. Blend her in maybe just a little bit more. Okay, something like that. All right, let's dry that real quick. It's lovely. Hey, Miss Kim. I'll go in with some pencil details. You could do with paint or pencil. I might do some with both. Let's just see. Let's use this dark blue that we have here, and let's get a small brush. Okay. So I'm just going to go in here with the blue, and let's go ahead and do her antlers or her tree branches. Oh, okay, Sandy with the P. All right, so what I'm going to do now, and I've shown you all this before, is you want to kind of roll your brush. You might have to go back over some of them if you want to keep the blue in there. But just kind of go in there and just kind of roll your brush. Real loose in your hand. Look, it's just barely in my hand. And I'm just going to kind of roll out these branches. And you can start down in her hair, but just kind of roll them out. and continue making more. Let me turn it a little sideways because then you can probably see me working it and also where they're going. Just going right over the top of everything else. Just kind of rolling the brush. So it gets some thin, thick, and just kind of goes where it wants to go. But you're still kind of showing it where to go. But a little bit more water in the blue. And we'll carry it right over to the other side. Trying to keep it trying to keep it kind of watercolory like. Maybe a little bit on the little bits around her face. She's got a little bit of curly stuff going on. I'm not sure what it is. We're going to add a little bit more. Want a little bit mess in there. Go. Thanks, Queenie. You stepped away for me. You can't step away here. I mean, you can because I'm recording, but you know. And hopefully we won't have any problem uploading all these videos today. Alrighty, there we go. So now I'm going to just take the blue again, and let's just kind of add a few details. Like maybe right here, it looks like she has some kind of a little necklace on. Maybe around the little button, some little fringe. She has some little ball fringe or something, like a little shawl or something. We can add a little bit more back. We can add let's put the antenna back on let me turn it. Put the antenna back on the butterfly. These have them on those napkins. Maybe just a little dot on the end there just so they kind of show up. So I'm just kind of go in here and maybe paint in a few extra details. I want to keep it whimsical, but I don't want to start getting too much. I want to keep it light and whimsy. Just want to try to add a little bit darker, you know, some contrast in here. Let's kind of blend it out. And a little bit more water. I want to keep it kind of that watercolory washy look, right? But you can go in here and, you know, if you want to add a few more, let's go and do some splatter. Don't want to do it yet though. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of splatter down here. Because the flowers are blue, I'm going to add a little bit more splatter down here. Being careful here, guys. Kind of keeping it light. I'm barely tapping the brush just to keep a little bit of control. Don't want any on her face, so I'm being careful of that. I do want to do a little bit more on this butterfly. Like that. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jean. See how the other butterflies are a little bit browner? I need a little bit more brown. So I'm going to get a little umber out here. Yeah. Just put a little on that. May not even be dark enough. I'm going to add a little bit darker brown. Where's my dark brown? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? And just with a little bit of water and a little bit of paint. I just want to darken up the butterfly just a little bit. In no particular spot, just darkening them up a little. And again, guys, you take more time. You know, don't rush through like we're doing here. And I'm going to water down the brown and just add maybe a little bit of wash around the wings, just to kind of tie in. It's just a little wash. Maybe a little bit of oomph. Just to kind of make it a little bit more tied in. The other thing you could do is take some sienna and add it to the other butterfly so that color ties in with them. Or let's just take the pencil. Let's just take the terracotta. And let's just add a little bit of terracotta color into these. Just the tiniest bit. Just so they look like they're part of the butterfly family. The same butterfly family. That's all, you know, just that much. That's good. So, yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Any questions or anything? Feeler. Maybe it just needs a little bit of blue down in here. I'm not sure. Might just need a little bit of shadow down in there. Let me add a little bit of water. Oh. Kind of tie her in down there a little bit. Alrighty. There we go. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that. It was quick. You don't have to hurry that fast. You can take your time. Needs a little bunny right there. A little bunny. Where's my little bunny here? Can use a little bunny. How long would that take me? Let's see. Where's my ink? Think we could have a little bunny real quick? Let me just find a scrap piece of paper on the floor. All right, let me heat gun that. Let's go ahead and dry this. I can't glue anything on there if it's this wet. Oh, you welcome. Thanks, guys. Gonna need a whole fresh pot of coffee after. Yeah, I'm gonna. What I need is to eat. I haven't eaten. I don't usually eat on Mondays till after we're done. I might get a piece of toast or I ate those tea cookies. But I actually gotta go throw some pork chops in the oven. I was gonna make the big salad, but Hubster set out pork chops, so I think Hubster's given me a hint that he wants pork chops. Let me close that stamp pad. So I think he's hinting he wants pork chops and rice. So let's color that little bunny. Let's color her a little yellow ochre. Just a little bit of yellow ochre bunny. The tiniest little blue bow. Let's dry that. Even when you work super fast. Oh, thanks. Well, it is a little super fast, that's for sure. But I wanted to get one project in here complete because, you know, our color book page that we're doing, the Bennett Klein, that's going to take a few more episodes, right? And I don't want to rush that because I'm enjoying the slow color shading and showing you guys that process too. And you only can go so fast when you're doing that. Blending and shading. I mean, even this could have taken more time. I could have taken more time with this. But I at least want to give you all the ideas, right? So you have the ideas and you can take more time. Like a little bunny in her pocket. That's what we'll do. Okay, let me get the glue off my hands. We'll do a little pocket. Okay, I'm just going to pick up some of that blue. Okay. Yeah, just a little tiny bit of fussy cutting, not too much. All right, I'm going to glue her down a little pocket. We'll dry it and shade it, and we'll be good to go. Alright, where's my light pencil? That's good. Alright, let me put a little bit of green underneath just to kind of blend that little area in there. There we go. She's got a little bunny. Thanks, guys. All right, we will see you at Jean's. I got an hour to get the pork chops ready, clean up my mess, and all that. Grab a banana or something because I don't want to eat. I got to eat at 4. I got to eat at 5:30. So I don't want to eat now. But anyway, so there we go, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and thank you, Juliet Crane, for putting out your big monster 34 original drawings to color and make your own. And we do. We make it our own, don't we? All right, guys. Y'all have a good afternoon. See you later. Bye. Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Coffee and... Whoa, I need a refill. now in the afternoon. And so we've done a couple other segments this morning, some art journal flips and some color book pages. And now real quick, well, real quick, and another, hour or so, I want to do something in our day book faux ledger that my sister gave me in 2009 that I never used, but now it is a napkin journal. And I do need to go over there. I probably won't do any napkin gluing today because I have a bunch of pages already has napkins glued in it. And so I won't go through that process, but if you want to look in my playlist on the YouTube recordings, there you'll see lots of napkin journal in the mixed media category. And so we'll just kind of do a flip through so far what I've got done in here. And so you can see where we've got napkins glued down. And then here's one of the pages where we have used the Big Monster Girls from Juliet Crane. And I love this book for the cutting out purposes. They just work well in an art journal, or in this case, the napkin journal. So I've been cutting these girls out. I've kind of done quick color based on wherever I picked to put them. Like she's purple. We did, whatever I kind of coordinate with the napkins. Same thing for the bird. We did kind of their clothes on all the pages. I'm just going to do a quick flip. And then this even came with a bookmark in it. And so, yeah. Not every page. I've pretty much gone. There's a few pages left that have no napkin on them. But pretty much all but a few pages have a napkin glued on them in some form. So we put some color book pages on them, and then we paint in a scenery. There's a couple pages here in the middle that don't have anything. Bye, Bonnie. You're welcome. Love you. So you can see we have different napkins, florals, fauna, birds, on all the different. There's a couple here with nothing on them. And then we did this one maybe 2 weeks ago. The little elf. We colored the little elf. This is a napkin here. The sunflowers are a napkin. And then we colored in, glued them in, and then painted. All this is painted in. So that's all painted in. Then we put stickles, glitter on the pick a girl, and then I'll color coordinate her. With a page in here. And maybe, let's get the nature book. There's maybe a bird or something. I don't know what else to put on it yet. This is not planned, guys. This is not planned. Let's see. Let me find that nature book. Yeah, this is one of the ones that I cut out of Glorious Gardens, and there's another one, birds. This one's got more. I don't really want flowers because I've got enough flowers with the napkins. Hang on. Let me look, guys. See if I can find the bird one, or I'm trying to find where I put it. I thought it was off the shelf, but it may be on the shelf. Hang on, let me dig a minute. Oh. It's a certain the nature book. We're always cutting it up. Now I can't. Sunflowers, and around his little flower, it's like a little lantern. What do I have on July? Oh, as far as the dates in this, I cover up the dates. This is not a date book. That's why I never used it. My sister gave it to me in 2009. I never used it because it's got dates. So the dates all get covered up. I'm not even doing anything with the dates. It's like a weekly thing. You know, they got a week on a page. And then we did this page, which has a like a fairy and a bird. And so we colored the bird, and this one has stickles on it too, as does she. And then this was a color book page that we just did a wash on. Okay, and the rest here is napkin, and then that's out of the color book. So the flowers are out of one color book, they're out of another color book, and then the background is napkins and paint. And I think that's all we have done in here. So yeah. So what I want to do, and I don't know what page it'll be yet or what girl, but I'm going to, clothing is kind of the same. And he's out of the nature journal, I think it was, or nature color book rather. So I'll use different things out of different color books to put in the napkin journal, but the basis of all these pages is a napkin. I was talking about Pixie and its figure for people. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you just put in, somebody's asking in chat before I hit record, we're talking about drawing people references where you can get them online. You can just, all you have to do is put in art poses to draw and like that. And now be prepared. You'll probably get some naked people. If you don't want to draw naked people, put in there, I don't want to draw naked people or something like that. Anyway, we're talking about drawing and drawing sketches and portraits before I hit record. Okay, so every page in here, though, I want to have a napkin as a background. So, like this has got a bunch of fish, probably put a mermaid on. I've been using different books like Fantasy Fairies and different color books, and I'm kind of trying to keep this a fairy, fantasy fairy, mermaid, these kind of, just kind of that kind of girls in this book with a napkin background theme. All right, so you can see they've all got napkins in some form or another.